You ever notice how the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest? The one who talks the most, brags the most, tries the hardest to prove something. Oftentimes, they're the ones struggling the most inside. But the real power, the real strength, it lies in silence. Silence is not weakness, it is not hesitation, nor is it fear. Silence is power. It is the ability to hold back when others rush in, to listen when others speak, to observe when others act. In a world where everyone is trying to prove themselves, silence stands out. It commands respect. It forces people to take notice. Great leaders, warriors, and thinkers throughout history have understood the value of silence. They knew that words are easy, but actions require discipline. They understood that speaking without purpose weakens one's position, while holding back strengthens it. The ability to remain silent in crucial moments is a sign of confidence, self-control, and wisdom. Those who are truly strong do not feel the need to announce it. They carry themselves with an energy that speaks louder than words ever could. Think of the most powerful people in any room. They are rarely the ones talking the most. Instead, they listen. They measure their words carefully. They do not waste their breath proving themselves because they already know their worth. Their silence is not emptiness. It is full of thought, intention, and control. When they finally do speak, people listen because their words carry weight. Silence allows for observation. When you are silent, you pick up on details that others miss. You hear the hesitation in someone's voice. You see the nervous movement of their hands. You feel the energy in a room shift. These are things that loud people overlook because they are too busy making themselves heard. But the silent ones, the patient ones, they see everything. They learn, they adapt, they move strategically. In moments of conflict, silence can be a weapon. A person who does not react immediately, who does not let emotions dictate their response, holds an advantage. While others argue, defend, or panic, the silent individual remains composed. Their lack of reaction unsettles those who expect a response. It forces others to rethink their words and actions. Sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is no statement at all. Silence also builds resilience. When you train yourself to remain quiet, to resist the urge to explain, justify, or seek validation, you grow stronger, you become less affected by opinions, less reactive to negativity, and more in control of your own energy. You learn that not every battle is worth fighting, not every insult is worth addressing, and not every opinion is worth considering. There is a time for speaking and a time for silence. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle is knowing which is which. The wise understand that silence does not mean inaction. It means waiting for the right moment. It means letting others reveal themselves while you remain steady. It means understanding that words spoken in impulse often lead to regret, while words spoken with intention shape destinies. True strength is not in shouting, demanding, or forcing attention. It is in the ability to stand firm without the need for constant affirmation. It is in the patience to let things unfold naturally, knowing that real power does not come from noise but from presence. The strongest people in the world move quietly, think deeply, and act decisively. And when they do speak, they do so with purpose. Most people hear, but very few truly listen. There is a difference between waiting for your turn to speak and actually absorbing what is being said. The majority of conversations today are filled with people eager to express their opinions, to be heard, to prove something. But the real power, the real wisdom lies in listening. Listening is not just about words, it's about understanding. When you listen more and talk less, you begin to notice things others don't. You pick up on tone, body language, hesitation, confidence, fear. You hear what is being said, but more importantly, you understand what is left unsaid. The person who listens carefully has more control over any situation because they are operating with more information than those who only focus on their own words. There is a reason the most powerful leaders, mentors, and successful individuals in history are known for being great listeners. They don't rush to speak. They don't interrupt just to prove they are knowledgeable. They absorb, they process, they think. And when they finally do respond, their words carry weight because they are built on understanding, not impulse. Talking too much can be a sign of insecurity. When someone constantly needs to voice their thoughts, to be the loudest in the room, to dominate the conversation, it often stems from a need for but confidence does not come from speaking the most. It comes from knowing when to stay quiet, when to observe, when to let others reveal themselves. A person who speaks less but listens deeply is always one step ahead, always aware of things others miss. Listening is a skill that can change your life. It improves relationships, builds respect, and opens doors that arrogance and noise never could. When you listen, you learn. You gain knowledge, insight, and wisdom that would otherwise be drowned out by your own voice. Every conversation, every interaction is an opportunity to gather information that can be useful in the future, whether it's in business, friendships, or personal growth. The person who listens carefully is the person who moves forward. In conflict, listening is an even greater weapon. When emotions are high, most people react instead of respond. They speak without thinking, defend without understanding, argue without clarity. But the one who listens, who truly pays attention, sees the bigger picture. They do not engage in unnecessary battles. They do not waste words on meaningless arguments. They understand that sometimes silence is the loudest response. There is a reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We were designed to listen twice as much as we speak, yet so many people do the opposite. They let their words spill out without considering their impact, without realizing that sometimes the most intelligent thing you can do is say nothing at all. A person who listens more and talks less is a person who is in control. They do not give away their power with reckless words. They do not seek approval through noise. They let others talk while they gather wisdom. They let others boast while they strategize. And when they do speak, people listen because their words are rare, valuable, and backed by understanding. Words are easy. Promises, declarations, and grand statements mean nothing if they are not backed by action. The world is filled with people who talk about what they're going to do, who they're going to become, and what they deserve. But very few follow through. Very few put in the work, stay disciplined, and let their results do the talking. Action is the true measure of a person's character. Anyone can say they are hardworking, but only those who show up every day, even when no one is watching, prove it. Anyone can say they have big dreams, but only those who sacrifice for them, who put in the effort when it's hard, actually achieve them. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is simple. One talks, the other works. People respect action, they respect results. They may listen to your words, but they believe in what they see. You can tell the world you are dedicated, but unless your actions align with that statement, it's meaningless. You can talk about success all you want, but unless you're putting in the hours, learning, growing, and evolving, it's just noise. True confidence does not come from talking about your potential. It comes from proving it. A person who consistently delivers, who quietly builds, who moves with purpose, doesn't need to announce their success. It becomes obvious. Others will take notice, not because of what was said, but because of what was done. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most capable. Often they seek validation through words because they lack the proof in their actions. But the silent worker, the one who grinds in the shadows, who doesn't need to announce every step, they are the ones who truly rise. They are the ones who command respect without ever asking for it. Discipline is built in silence. The hours spent practicing, studying, improving, those moments define a person far more than any speech ever could. There's no need to convince others of your worth when your results do it for you. When you operate with consistency and dedication, opportunities come naturally. Success doesn't need to be chased. It is attracted by effort, by discipline, by persistence. When you face challenges, it is not your words that will carry you through, but your actions. Anyone can say they are strong, but true strength is shown in moments of adversity. Do you fold under pressure or do you rise? Do you make excuses or do you adapt and push forward? How you move, how you respond, how you keep going when things get tough, that is what defines you. People remember results. They remember effort. They remember the ones who showed up, who did the work, who didn't just talk about what they wanted, but went out and made it happen. Words fade. Promises are forgotten. But actions leave a legacy. If you want success, if you want respect, if you want to truly make an impact, stop talking and start doing. The world listens to results louder than it listens to words. The things you chase often run away from you. The more you try to force something, success, recognition, respect, the harder it becomes to grasp. But when you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, when you dedicate yourself to growth, discipline, and consistency, the right opportunities start coming to you naturally. Attraction is not about waiting for things to fall into place without effort. It's about preparing yourself so thoroughly that success has no choice but to find you. A person who chases is someone who is desperate, impatient, and often unprepared. But a person who attracts is someone who has put in the work, mastered their craft, and positioned themselves to receive the rewards of their discipline. Think about the most successful people in any field. They do not beg for opportunities. They do not run behind success, hoping to catch a break. Instead, they become so skilled, so valuable, that success finds them. They do not chase money. They create something so impactful that money follows. They do not chase approval. They develop such confidence and expertise that respect is given freely. The reason many people struggle is that they are focused on the outcome instead of the process. They want recognition before they have put in the work. They want results without patience. They chase shortcuts instead of mastering the fundamentals. But success is not something you run toward. It is something you attract by becoming worthy of it. When you chase something, you give off the energy of lack of desperation. It shows that you do not yet believe in your own value. It shows that you are still trying to convince yourself and others that you are ready. But when you operate from a place of certainty, when you know you have done the work, you no longer need to seek validation. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments will align with you because you are truly prepared for them. Attracting does not mean being passive. It means being so focused on your purpose that everything else naturally falls into place. It means putting your energy into becoming, not into convincing. The person who works in silence, who stays committed, who does not need to prove themselves through words, it's the person who eventually rises above the rest. Chasing can lead to burnout, frustration, and missed opportunities. When you are constantly running after something, you fail to see what is already in front of you. You ignore the lessons, the growth, the small wins that are shaping you for something bigger. But when you trust the process, when you move with patience and confidence, everything you desire will come, not because you begged for it, but because you became the person who deserves it. The strongest, most successful people do not chase. They build, they grow, they evolve. And because of that, everything they once ran after now comes to them effortlessly. A lion does not chase approval. It does not seek permission. It does not roar for attention. A lion moves with purpose, with precision, with confidence. It knows what it is, and that knowledge alone is enough. It does not need to prove itself. It does not need to be loud to be feared. Its presence alone commands respect. In life, you must learn to move like a lion. You must develop the patience to observe, the strength to wait, and the power to strike only when the time is right. Too many people waste their energy reacting to every little thing, explaining themselves, defending their position, or trying to convince the world of their worth. But a lion does not do that. A lion does not waste time chasing things it does not need. It does not run after every distraction. It stays focused, it stays silent, and when the moment comes, it takes what is already meant to be its. Power is not in constant movement, it is in controlled action. A lion does not hunt by running wildly in every direction. It watches, it studies, it moves with intelligence, understanding the terrain, understanding the target, and then when everything aligns, it moves swiftly, decisively, without hesitation. That is how you must approach your goals, not with desperation, not with reckless chasing, but with focus, with preparation, with confidence. A lion knows its strength. It does not need to announce it. It does not have to prove itself to every animal in the jungle. It simply exists as the king. You too must carry yourself with that level of certainty. If you are constantly looking for validation, constantly trying to get people to see your value, then you are giving away your power. But when you know who you are, when you trust in your ability, others will see it without you having to say a word. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. The lion is quiet before it pounces, not because it is afraid, but because it is focused. Many people mistake movement for progress, but a lion understands that real power is in waiting, in watching, in knowing when to act and when to stay still. It does not waste energy on things that do not matter. It does not get distracted by noise. It saves its strength for the moment that truly matters. You must learn to be selective with your energy. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every argument is worth engaging in. Not every opportunity is the right one. A lion does not attack just because it can. It chooses its battles wisely. It does not hunt for sport. It hunts for survival. In the same way, you must move with purpose. Focus on what truly matters and let everything else go. When a lion moves, the entire jungle takes notice, not because it was loud, not because it made a scene, but because it is undeniable. That is how success works. That is how greatness is achieved. Not by screaming for attention, but by becoming so strong, so capable, so prepared that the world has no choice but to recognize you. Move with purpose, move with patience, move like a lion. Emotions are powerful, but discipline is stronger. Feelings come and go, rising and falling like waves in the ocean. One moment you're motivated, the next you're tired. One day you're confident, the next you're filled with doubt. If you let emotions control you, your life will be unstable, unpredictable, and full of regret. But if you master discipline, if you learn to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel, you become unstoppable. Discipline is waking up early when your body tells you to sleep in. It's showing up to train when you don't feel like it. It's staying focused when distractions are calling your name. Emotions will try to pull you away from your purpose, but discipline keeps you locked in. That's why so many people fail, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they let their feelings decide their actions. Successful people do not wait to feel inspired before they take action. They move whether they feel like it or not. They understand that motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. They don't let a bad mood, a rough day, or a lack of excitement stop them. They push through, knowing that greatness is built in the moments when no one is watching, when it's uncomfortable, when it's hard. Your emotions will lie to you. They will tell you that you are too tired, that you deserve a break, that you can do it later. They will make excuses for you, convincing you that skipping one workout, missing one practice, or delaying one goal won't hurt. But every time you listen to those excuses, you weaken your discipline. You train yourself to take the easy way out. And before you know it, one missed day turns into a habit of quitting. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Anyone can want success. Anyone can feel inspired for a moment. But the ones who rise above the rest are the ones who stick to the plan no matter what. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't entertain excuses. They do what needs to be done because they understand that real progress comes from consistency, not convenience. When challenges come, and they will, your emotions will scream at you to quit. You'll feel frustrated. You'll feel overwhelmed. You'll feel like giving up. But this is where discipline must take over. This is where you remind yourself why you started, where you push past the resistance, where you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your feelings. There will be days when you don't feel like working, training, studying, or pushing forward. And that's normal, but those are the most important days to show up. Those are the days that build mental toughness. Anyone can work when they feel good, but true strength, true success is built when you work even when you don't feel like it. Control your emotions, or they will control you. Master your discipline, and nothing can stop you. Success does not belong to the most emotional person in the room. It belongs to the one who stays focused, consistent, and committed, no matter how they feel. Success is not luck. It is not random. It does not just show up at your doorstep because you wished for it. Success comes to those who are prepared, those who have put in the work long before the opportunity arrives. Most people say they want success, but when the moment comes, they are not ready. They dream of big opportunities, but they haven't built the skills to handle them. They want recognition, but they haven't done the work to earn it. They wait hoping that something great will happen to them, but they never take the steps to make sure they are ready when it does. Opportunities do not wait for you to get prepared. They come when they come, and if you are not ready, they will pass you by. That is why the greatest athletes, the best performers, the most successful people in any field train every single day, even when there's no game, no audience, no reward in sight. They do not wait for the opportunity to appear before they start working. They prepare in silence so that when the moment arrives, they are already at their best. Success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by becoming the person who is capable of handling it. If you want to be great, you must start acting like it before the world sees you as great. You must put in the work when no one is watching. You must sharpen your skills before anyone recognizes your talent. You must develop the discipline, the mindset, and the ability long before the opportunity knocks. Most people think they are waiting for success, but the truth is, success is waiting for them. It is waiting for them to become ready. It is waiting for them to prove they can handle the responsibility, the pressure, and the challenges that come with it. If you are not getting the opportunities you want, ask yourself, are you truly prepared for them? Have you built the skills? Have you mastered the craft? Have you done everything in your power to be ready when the moment comes? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. When the opportunity arrives, one is prepared and the other is not. One has put in the years of hard work, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, and the discipline, while the other has only wished for it. One steps up with confidence, knowing they have done everything possible to earn this moment, while the other hesitates, doubts, and crumbles under the pressure. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your preparation. You do not get what you want in life. You get what you are prepared to handle. The question is not whether success is possible for you. The question is, are you ready for it? If success came knocking today, would you be able to handle it? Would you be able to perform at your highest level? Would you be able to sustain it? Or would you let it slip away because you were not truly prepared? Success does not come to those who wait. It does not come to those who talk about it. It does not come to those who hope for it. It comes to those who earn it. It comes to those who have worked in the dark, who have sacrificed, who have prepared for years without applause, without recognition, without reward. And when the moment comes, when the lights are on and the opportunity is finally in front of them, they step up and take what is theirs because they are ready. Too many people try to control everything, the timing, the outcome, the way things unfold. They want success on their terms, in their way, at their speed, but life does not work like that. The more you try to force things, the more frustration you create. The more you resist the process, the more you slow yourself down. Growth, success, and progress do not come from constantly trying to manipulate every detail. They come when you learn to let go, trust the process, and do the work without needing immediate results. Trusting the process does not mean sitting back and hoping for the best. It does not mean being passive or waiting for things to magically happen. It means putting in the effort every single day, staying committed, and understanding that results take time. It means knowing that just because you don't see instant success does not mean nothing is happening. Every step you take, every failure, every lesson, every challenge, it is all part of shaping you into the person you need to become. Most people quit too soon because they don't see results fast enough. They put in the work for a few weeks, maybe a few months, and when they don't see immediate success, they start doubting. They question if it's worth it. They look for shortcuts. But real success doesn't come to those who rush the process. It comes to those who stay the course, who keep grinding even when there's no sign of progress, who believe that if they keep showing up, the results will come. Think of a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, even months, nothing appears on the surface. But underneath, the roots are growing, strengthening, preparing for the moment when the seed finally breaks through the soil. If you give up too soon, if you dig up the seed because you don't see anything happening, you never allow it to grow into what it was meant to be. That is how success works. Just because you can't see the results yet does not mean the work you are doing isn't making an impact. Letting go and trusting the process means understanding that failure is not the end, it is part of the journey. Every mistake, every setback, every delay is teaching you something. It is making you stronger, sharper, more prepared. But if you resist, if you constantly try to control the outcome instead of focusing on the work, you will never grow into the person who is truly ready for success. Doubt will come, fear will come, moments of frustration will come, but the ones who win are the ones who push through anyway. They trust that their effort will pay off, even if they don't see it yet. They keep going, not because they feel like it every day, but because they understand that consistency is the key. The moment you let go of the need for instant results, the moment you stop worrying about how fast success is coming, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, becoming great at what you do. The results will come when they are supposed to, not when you demand them. The breakthrough will happen when the time is right. Your only job is to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and trust that every step, every struggle, and every lesson is leading you exactly where you need to be. When you stop forcing things, they start to flow. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. And when you stop talking and start doing, life rewards you. Everything you want is already on its way. The success, the recognition, the achievements, they're all coming. But they won't come because you talked about them. They'll come because you became them. So stay silent, stay patient, keep working, keep growing, and watch as everything you've ever dreamed of starts to fall into place naturally.